And now, you are watching WCTV News live at 5.
Welcome to WCTV's newscast. I'm Cade Henderson.
And I'm Paul Sembauer.
This week, Waynesburg University baseball and softball hosted their annual Angels in the Outfield games. WCTV's Gina Reeves gives you an inside look at what this event is about and what it means to the people involved.
At first glance, it looks like just another game day at Waynesburg University. But take a closer look, and you'll see something more. Players, coaches, and fans all wearing purple and teal, standing together for suicide awareness. This year, the mission reached even further, bringing both softball and baseball together for the cause. 5 years after losing his son, Alan Miller continues to honor his memory through the Angels in the Outfield game, raising awareness and support at games like these.
I did it the first time, for people that have lost a child or someone important to them when I was staying, I did it because I wanted to remember my son. That was the most important thing at the time. But 5 years later, though, I don't miss my son any less. It's more that I just want to give something back.
At the event, Team Hope gave away bracelets, t-shirts, shoelaces, and even rubber duckies, each item representing both remembrance and hope. Behind the scenes, the Waynesburg University Sports Network helped tell that story, producing the games, creating special graphics, and wearing the colors in support.
Yeah, it's really important for us to be able to do this, because to put on a show for the support for Alan, for all the Waynesburg fans too, we want them to know how much we care about this situation, and we want to do whatever we can to help Alan and promote this amazing cause.
Suicide awareness isn't just about 1 month or one story. It's about checking in on the people around us every day. If you or someone you know is struggling, help is available. Call or text 988. Reporting for WCTV, I'm Gina Reeves.
This week, Eberly Library hosted their week-long library events. WCTV's Danny Flynn gives you an inside look at the event.
At the Eberly Library, events like Latte with a Librarian to a runaway fashion show has been happening in collaboration with Waynesburg University's Pathway Center to celebrate National Library Week with 5 campus events from April 13th through the 17th. As you walk into Eberly, you are greeted with this sign of all the events that are going on this week. Sarah Bell on Monday held a professional headshot event in the library with senior electronic media photographer Andrew Price taking the photos. Poetry Slam was on Tuesday in the Skylight Room held by Jill Peth. Food and drinks were provided as students read award-winning works as well as original submissions. This event was hosted with the Writing Center to celebrate National Poetry Month in addition to National Library Week.
Micah Price won first place, $50 cash. Second place went to Maya Wallace. She won $40.
Wednesday was Latte with a Librarian with Jill Peth in Stover, provided a free drink from Starbucks. Thursday, starting at 1, the Career Development Team hosted Runaway Royale, a career closet fashion show.
And it's really fun. It promotes our university career closet on campus with free professional clothing for students that have been donated by faculty, staff, alumni, and our very generous community around us. And so it promotes that resource and also empowers students to understand more about how to pick out a professional clothing, how to build their professional wardrobe while they're in college and after, once they get that first interview, internship, job, whatever that may be, and help them feel more confident entering into those spaces. So, which really ties in with the theme of National Library Week, which is Find Your Joy this year. So hopefully those participants this year found their joy as they walked that runway and looked fantastic.
If you haven't been able to attend this week to any of the events, don't worry. There's still time for a game night tomorrow in Eberly at 6 p.m. And reporting from inside Eberly Library for WCTV News, I'm Danny Flynn.
This week, Waynesburg University's music program held their Chamber Works concert. WCTV's Andrew Price takes us inside the event.
In the early afternoon today, Waynesburg University's music department held its Chamber Works concert. The event was held in Marsh Center under Roberts Chapel. The concert saw several small group performances by Waynesburg students as well as some of their professors. Friends and family attended the little concert under the chapel. To learn more about what the Chamberworks concert is, I spoke to Eric Brewer, the director of the music program.
Chamberworks concert is a performance that we put on twice a semester, each academic year. Chamberworks concerts are meant for people like groups of 2, 3, 4, 5 to get together and do more independent pieces.
Brewer hopes more people will want to connect with the music program at Waynesburg through the Chamberworks, and he gave a few good reasons why.
They're a quick little concert in the middle of the afternoon, and it's a great way to, number one, get involved in your community here at Waynesburg University, and number two, get to know the students who are involved in music.
For WCTV 14, from the Marsh Center, I'm Andrew Price.
Tomorrow's Student Activities Board is sponsoring outing to the Greene County Fairgrounds for extreme bull riding. Transportation is not provided for students. Tickets are $15 for on-campus residents and $10 for commuter students. Plus, on Monday, SAB will be hosting Closet Cleanout Bingo for Waynesburg students at 8 p.m. in the Benedum Dining Hall. To see all the upcoming events around campus, students can head to their MyConnect pages to find the link.
Coming up, updates on Russia and Ukraine's ongoing fighting.
Plus, an update on the price of oil.
After several days of emotional testimony, a Texas judge said the leaders of Camp Mystic, the site where 27 campers and counselors died in flash flooding last summer, must continue to keep many damaged buildings untouched for now. Sherelle Hubbard has the latest from the Austin courtroom.
We've seen some floods. This wasn't a flood. This was an inland tsunami.
On day 3 of a tense and emotional court hearing regarding deadly flash flooding that hit a Texas summer camp last year, Katie Eastland, a director at Camp Mystic, testified about what she saw the night 27 campers and counselors died.
As we drove through Hunt, we made eye contact and I said, our entire community is gone.
Wednesday's testimony, part of a hearing for a lawsuit filed by the family of 8-year-old Cecilia Seal Stewart, who is still missing after the July 4th flooding. The judge saying she would issue a new injunction maintaining camp leaders must preserve cabins and land affected by flooding while the lawsuit moves forward. The final witness, a security guard, who admitted if evacuation orders had been given earlier, lives could have been saved.
If we had taken one person and then said, we need to go to higher ground, go to specific cabins, and evacuate the counselors and campers, there were enough able-bodied people there to follow such an order. True?
Yes, sir.
That order was never given, correct?
Correct.
And 27 girls died because of that failure, correct?
Yes, sir.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
Camp Mystic plans to reopen on higher ground that did not flood in less than 2 months, with operators saying nearly 900 girls have already registered to attend.
Although gas prices dipped by 1 cent per gallon Tuesday in the U.S., the U.S. blockade on Iranian ports and disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz are expected to tighten global oil supply and increase costs, and it is the public that is feeling the pinch at the pump. CNN's Rafael Romo explains.
Between Monday and Tuesday, gas prices moved in the right direction, but only 1 cent per gallon down when it comes to the national average for regular gas. The shipping blockade against Iranian ports in the Strait of Hormuz by the U.S. military under President Trump's orders is only expected to further tighten the global oil supply. After Brent crude, the global oil benchmark rose 7% to $102 a barrel on Monday. On Tuesday, the price went down by 0.8% on the day at $98.60 a barrel. The WTI, the U.S. benchmark, dropped 2% to $97.10 a barrel. And prices went down in part because some analysts are still hopeful that the U.S. and Iran might still reach some kind of deal to end the war. Earlier, we spoke to a driver here at this gas station in Atlanta's Buckhead neighborhood who told us he's thinking about the people most affected by high prices, those living paycheck to paycheck.
I'm from Texas and part of the oil business from way back when, so I know what it's like to have really cheap gas and really expensive gas. If in the long term it's good for the country and good for the world, then we're all going to have to suffer a little bit. Now, that's not fair to the common person or somebody earning our minimum wage, and I understand that completely because I've been there.
This driver told us he used to be able to fill up his Ford Expedition for $40. Now it costs about $70. To put it in perspective, Brent crude has gone up by 40% since the beginning of the war, while the WTI, the U.S. benchmark, has risen a whopping 50%. According to AAA, the national average price of gasoline on Tuesday was $4.12, down 1 cent from Monday, and 5 cents since the peak of $4.17 reached last Thursday. But let's remember, it was $2.98 when the war started. Rafael Romo, CNN, Atlanta.
President Donald Trump says Israel and Lebanon have agreed to a 10-day ceasefire. Trump posted to social media that the temporary suspension of fighting will begin at 5 p.m. Eastern Time Thursday. He said he had excellent talks with the leaders of both countries before making the announcement. The president also announced he'll be inviting both men to the White House for peace talks.
Ukraine is reeling from a massive drone and missile attack from Russia. Officials say nearly 700 drones and dozens of missiles were launched over the past 24 hours, killing at least 16 people across the country. State emergency services say the strikes set off fires and caused damage in Kiev and other major cities. The attack follows a brief ceasefire declared over Orthodox Easter last weekend.
That'll do it all for your national news. Coming up next is Brady Donovan with your business and entertainment update. But first, we step outside for a quick look at the weather.
Outside of Buell Hall on the campus of Waynesburg University, it's currently 81 degrees with partly cloudy skies. We're getting a mix of sunshine and clouds here on the campus of Waynesburg University. About 15-mile-per-hour winds and gusts up to 29 miles per hour here today on Thursday. I am Brady Donovan with your business and entertainment update. A championship-winning Division I women's rugby team in Connecticut is getting cut. Quinnipiac University announced the move this week, leaving those close to the program in shock. In a statement, the university calls the move a strategic realignment and it's, quote, essential to ensuring that Quinnipiac athletics remains equitable, competitive, and sustainable for the long term. Alona Marr, an alum who won an Olympic bronze medal in women's rugby, posted on Instagram, "Shame on you," and tagged the school and athletic department. A Quinnipiac assistant coach has started a petition on change.org calling on the university to reverse its decision. That petition got more than 10,000 signatures in less than 24 hours. Starbucks is testing a new AI-powered feature that suggests drinks based on how you're feeling. The tool, now in beta inside ChatGPT, lets users ask for recommendations based on mood, cravings, or even a photo. It's one of the first examples of a major restaurant chain using AI to shape how customers decide what to order. The move reflects a broader push toward personalization, but also raises questions about how much consumers rely on AI to make everyday decisions. Traveling is getting more expensive, Jet fuel prices have skyrocketed, and many airlines are passing on the costs to travelers. In today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan has details on the price hikes and ways that you can save.
Soaring jet fuel costs due to the war with Iran is causing airlines to jack up prices, and consumers are feeling the crunch.
It is rolling across the global economy. What we've first seen has been pretty intense spikes in the price of fuel oil and the price of jet fuel.
Since the war began, jet fuel costs have jumped 95%, and it's hurting global travel.
In Europe, they're canceling flights, thousands of flights already preemptively because they may not even be able to get enough jet fuel. There are shortages.
Brian Kelly, founder of the travel site The Points Guy, says airlines are passing on those added costs to travelers.
Consumers will have to shell out more, not just on the price of the ticket, but on fees as well.
Several airlines have recently jacked up bag fees. Some of the steepest costs are through American and United Airlines. Both have increased checked bag fees by $10. So it would now cost you $100 round trip to check your first bag. And those fees go up for any extra checked luggage.
Those don't come down ever. I have never heard of a baggage fee that came down once costs came down. So those are forever fees tacked on to airfare.
In many cases, you can save $5 by simply paying online instead of at the ticket counter. Also, Kelly says many airlines will waive the bag fee entirely if you purchase your trip using certain credit cards. Every airline is different, and you have to do your homework on which cards will give you the best deals. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Trader Joe's could owe you money. The grocery chain has agreed to a $7.4 million settlement over claims receipts showed too many digits from customers' credit and debit cards. If you made a purchase between March 2019 and July 2019, you may be eligible for a payout, even if you didn't experience identity theft. The company denies any wrongdoing but says it settled to avoid a lengthy legal fight. Payments will depend on how many people file claims, but estimates put the average around $100. Customers have until June 6th to submit a claim. Today in entertainment news, a blockbuster court decision involving how most people buy concert tickets and a pair of films about iconic athletes. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
A jury has found Live Nation and Ticketmaster operate as an illegal monopoly. The Justice Department and 39 state attorneys general had sued Live Nation, claiming it and its subsidiary Ticketmaster controlled virtually every aspect of the live music ecosystem. A second trial will determine whether to grant the state's request to break up the company or make other structural changes.
I grew up living below the poverty line. I just felt so inferior to everyone.
Those things drove him to search for an outlet. Basketball became that outlet.
And it was an eye-opener.
Two new documentaries take unique athletes beyond the headlines. Jerry West, The Logo, includes the final interviews with the late basketball star, who was inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame as an Olympic player, a pro player, and a general manager, and is widely believed to be the model for the NBA logo. The film is now streaming on Prime Video.
O seu brincar vai nos ajudar a ganhar uma Copa do Mundo. Era o momento dele. Foi algo diferente, algo que fez encantar o mundo.
Meanwhile, Ronaldinho, the one and only, profiles one of the greatest soccer players of all time, from his awards and championships at every level to his free-spirited lifestyle to his legal troubles. The documentary is now streaming on Netflix. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
That will do it for your business and entertainment update. I'm Brady Donovan. When we return on the newscast, Stone Mangus has your sports.
Oh, I didn't see you there. I'm Mia Hinkins, and welcome to Buell Hall, home of Waynesburg University's Department of Communication. If you visit our campus, you'll have the opportunity to attend some comm classes, enjoy lunch with our students, and watch us in action. We hope to see you here soon at Waynesburg University.
To schedule your personal visit, go to waynesburg.edu/admissions/schedule-visit. Come grow with us at Waynesburg University.
Welcome back to the newscast live at 5. I'm Stone Mangus with your sports. Greene County baseball and softball is at the halfway point in the season, and things are really starting to heat up across the county. In baseball, as it stands today, Carmichael sits at 5-5 in second place of 1A Section 1, with Jefferson Morgan at 4th, West Greene at 5th, and Mapletown in last. Waynesburg Central is 3-7 with a 3-2 conference record and is second in 3A Section 4. In softball, West Greene, Jefferson Morgan, and Carmichael's are the top 3 teams respectively in 1A Section 2, as they have dominated the early part of the season. West Greene and Jefferson Morgan sit with a 5-1 conference record, while Carmichael's is 4-1. Waynesburg softball is 5-5 on the year and stands at 4th in 2A Section 4. The only Greene County school in action today is Carmichael's, as the Mikes take on McGuffey at home in baseball at 4:15. For more information on everything Greene County sports, you can go to greensports.net. In Yellow Jacket sports, the softball team swept Teal in the 5th annual Angels in the Outfield game yesterday. Waynesburg hung on to win Game 1 5-3 despite being out-hit by the Tomcats, and then won Game 2 by a decisive 8-0 score in 5 innings. Braylee Corbin had 4 RBIs on the day, while Emily Pratt and PAC Newcomer of the Week Morgan Walt both had strong outings in the circle. The Jackets are back in action on Saturday for another PAC doubleheader at Hiram. And baseball is off again today and tomorrow after they were swept by Westminster on Tuesday. They don't return to play until Saturday as they battle Hiram at a home doubleheader. As for other spring sports playing today, men's tennis is currently hosting Geneva at the Bechtel Family Tennis Facility, and esports takes on Montgomery County in Rocket League at 8 p.m. For more on everything Waynesburg sports, go to waynesburgsports.com. In Pittsburgh sports, the Pirates lost to the Nationals today 8-7 in 10 innings. They will host the Tampa Bay Rays this weekend to close out a 7-game homestand, with the headline game being Paul Skeen's bobblehead night on Saturday. The Pittsburgh Penguins closed out the regular season on Tuesday, losing to the St. Louis Blues 7-5. Pittsburgh ended the year with 98 points, their highest total since 2022, and sat at second place in the Metropolitan Division. Their first-round playoff series with cross-state rival Philadelphia kicks off this weekend. The Penguins will host the first 2 games of the series at home. Game 1 is this Saturday at 8 p.m. And the NFL Draft is less than a week away, and Pittsburgh is gearing up to host a projected 700,000 fans on the North Shore. Fans will have the option to attend the draft at the main stage outside of Acrisure Stadium, or they can watch it on the big screen across the Allegheny at Point State Park. The NFL experience opens on Wednesday, with draft days to follow on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. If you are planning to attend, fans are reminded to register for free admission via the NFL One Pass app. That's all for your sports. I'm Stone Mangus, and when we come back after this short break, Brady Donovan has your weather forecast here on the newscast.
Hello everyone, I'm Brady Donovan here with your weather. Today in Waynesburg, we saw a high of 82 degrees with a low of 58. Partly cloudy skies pretty much all day, paired with a nice breeze. Later around 7 p.m. tonight, there will be a 35% chance of rain, so if you were thinking about going and getting some ice cream for the hot day that we just had, maybe take an umbrella just in case. For your weekend forecast, we see a high of 80 degrees and a low of 58, sunny skies for this beautiful Friday coming up. Saturday, we're looking at a high of 81 degrees with a low of 42. Some possible rain showers in the afternoon around 3 p.m. and then a bunch later in the day at about 5:30. Sunday is the first day of a possible cold front that is hitting western PA, looking at a high of 55 degrees and a low of 34. The rain from Saturday night will move into Sunday morning, but will finish at about 8 a.m. The 7-day forecast, we see Monday plans to be the coldest day of the week with just a high of 51 degrees connecting with a low of 34. Tuesday, you're able to possibly wear shorts again as temperatures return to the low 70s, a high of 73 and a low of 55 there. We're also looking at clear skies on Tuesday. Wednesday plans to be another normal day with a high of 71 degrees and a low of 40% chance of rain at about 8 p.m. But other than that, Wednesday looks absolutely fantastic. And rounding out your forecast, next Thursday looks to be a high of 63 degrees with a low of 45. Looking at another beautiful day with clear, sunny skies as we move closer to summer each and every day. That will do it for your weather. I am Brady Donovan, and we'll now send it up to the desk for Kate and Paul.
That'll do it for the newscast live at 5. For everyone behind the scenes and in front of the camera, thank you for watching.
Stay tuned on our WCTV YouTube page and social media platforms for more Waynesburg content.
This has been a production of Waynesburg Community Television.